Hello, this is the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Monday, March the 24th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in as a guest, or you can use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Let me load my charting program, and I'm going to go over three trades that I took and posted in the room today. Now, to be honest, today was for me anyway, it was a very tough day to trade. I didn't see very many good setups. It was rather boring for a long stretch of time. As you know, I kind of like to play these bounce plays, and I'll go over why they weren't working at the beginning of the day and why they sort of turn around a little bit at the end. But let's take a look at the first trade that I did take today, and this was DG, Dollar General. And this came from my strategy in which I'm waiting for the stock to break a 20-day low. Again, as I always say, there are other filters in place, but this is going to be the trigger. So the trigger was at 57.09. So let me just get the chart over here. And so the trigger would have been right in this area here, right at 57.09. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to allow it to break the whole number first, and to break the whole number of 57 before I decided to get into the trade. And so when it broke down below 57, I took the trade at 56.98. And this is a short, so this is a short trade. And again, these are 2-minute candles. So what happened is it basically just chopped around this area for quite a while. Now, typically, what I do is my stop on a trade like this is usually going to be right at the 20-day low trigger. So at 56.98, it got very close. In fact, if I look right here, I think it broke, yeah, 57.09 is the high, and this poked just above it. But I did hold on because the market was soft today, so I thought, well, maybe it would still have a chance to drop. And so when it did this, I thought, okay, great, now it's moving down. But on this action here, and especially this green candle here, I decided to cover my trade for a small loss. 57.05 is where I covered for a small 7-cent loss. Now, as you can see, the rest of the day afterwards, it finally did what I was hoping it would do. And, just a few minutes after I exited, it put in this beautiful red candle. But, I have to sort of follow my rules here. And, this could have just as easily bounced back as done this. So exited the trade, small loss, but again, happy that this sort of strategy that I'm looking at, as you know, I've been playing the 20-day high break much more than the 20-day low break. So gratified to see that this one worked and the one on Friday also worked. So as this market maybe starts to give up some of the gains, I'm hopefully going to see a lot more trigger in this particular strategy. Now, before I talk about the last two that I did today, I want to just take a quick look at the SPY, and you can see how the SPY basically traded sold off for the majority of the morning. And I actually said probably in this area here that my bounce plays, the bounce plays that I really like to look at, probably wouldn't work until we got some kind of an uptrend. And if that happened, then they might start working. So you can see right here is that this little channel I've drawn here. This is a bit of an uptrend for the SPY, and you can see right here that it's happened at the absolute low is at 1244 for the SPY. So just keep that in mind because the next trade I did was CAB. And CAB, I actually saw this right around 1242. Now this was the bounce play. You can see what was happening. This is a lot of red candles down in a row, which is what I'm looking for. A sufficient drop in the share price over a specified period of time, which is what I'm looking for. And it just sort of chopped around this area. And I'd said that I was going to put an alert on this in my broker's platform at I think it was 6805. Let me just check. Yeah, 6805 was my alert for me. And because I thought if it could break over this red candle here, then it might have a shot. Now remember, the SPY, this is 1242 is when the SPY started moving up like this. So right here, at this point right here, when it poked above, I took the trade at 68.11, and it did do some chopping around here, but then got a nice sort of a gap here, and then a beautiful green candle right here, and then this one. At this point here, I watched it go up, and then when it touched back down here is when I exited the trade at 68.62 for a nice little profit. I mean, a 57-cent profit on this. And again, something that I'm, well, I shouldn't say learning to do, but I mean, sometimes I forget to do is put, just because it doesn't work the first time, maybe just stick something in your broker's platform, stick an alert there, and you might get rewarded later on. And probably I couldn't have been more prophetic than in this one, Akamai, because that's exactly what happened with Akamai too. Akamai was alerted to me again on a bounce, sort of a bounce play. It was coming down like this, and it chopped all around this area. And I had said to the room that I was going to put an alert in my broker's platform at 59.15, right at this level, right above the high of this candle here and this candle here. And to be honest with you, and remember now, this is at 11:48. I had completely forgotten about Akamai. And so 12:42 is when the SPY started picking up. Akamai didn't quite follow along, but eventually it did. Then all of a sudden I had an alert from my broker's platform right at this level here. And so I took the trade at 59.19 and I sold half at 59.52 and the other half at 59.65. And so again, it's always a good idea. Just because something fails, the pattern that you were looking for fails at the first time, why not just stick an alert in your broker's platform? And because if it happens later on in the day and it's from a decent pattern, and I'm not saying this was decent. I actually said to the room that I was sort of chasing this on the way up. But again, the SPY was in this upward trend, upward channel at the time, so I thought I would take a chance on it. And so, to be honest with you, today was not a very gratifying day. I mean, it worked in that I had two that worked and one that didn't, and the one that didn't, I didn't lose too much, but just a lot of chop and not a lot of follow through. So hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better. So let's get back to the covering page just to show you again how to get into the room. This is the address. Hope to see you in the room tomorrow, and good trading on Tuesday for you.